And we're live. Welcome, everybody, to Writing Sprint Thursdays. I am your host today, Hank Garner, and joining me today, my lovely co host, Abby Matthews, will be
Hello.
here to help us get things kicked off this morning. How are you today, Abby?
I am doing A-okay. How are you, Hank?
I'm lovely.
Or
Absolutely
Henry
lovely.
JJ, as I like to refer to you now. Henry Jr. Jr.
Calling me by my government name out here. Yeah. Hi. Hey, everybody in the chat. Let's see. Who all do we have here today? We've got B and Matalver and Keo and Aaron. So nice to see you again, Aaron. Thanks for joining us. B, I think I mentioned B already. Elena and Athena. Who else do you see there, Abby, that I'm skipping
Oh,
over?
Sarah
Yep.
and
Side
Matalver's Samantha.
NJ.
Yeah.
Welcome in.
And Reed.
Yeah.
Hello.
What you guys working on today? Put in the comments if you're working on something fun. What am I talking about? Everybody's working on something fun every day. But tell us what you're working on. That's
Hi, RL.
hello, RL. And let's see.
What are you working on, Hank?
Well, I'm making some final edits to my Crossroad Blues uh book. I'm going through it, doing some fine polish, and gonna get ready to publish it soon, I think.
I was
So
about to say, not to spoil anything, but is this your indie summer, your hashtag indie summer book, Hank?
I think it is. I think I actually have a couple of books finished that are just kind of sitting on my hard drive. And been kind of deciding what to do with them and if, how much more editing I want to do, but I've got a couple of things written. So this one is really in the final polish stage. So
Nice.
this one is pretty well ready to go. So
So my question for you,
yeah.
are you playing your own editor or do you send yours off for copy editing, line editing? What's
Yes.
your strategy?
Yes. I
Yes, what?
my son is actually a freelance editor and
Nice.
English teacher, and I usually send stuff to him to get him to do a read over, and then I
Mhm.
have some other friends that are editors, and I'll send to them, and then between their opinions and the different softwares, I can usually get a good read on if I've spoken properly, punctuated properly, and yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, I use and then I'll go over it 15 times. So
right. That's par for
ma
the
yeah,
course.
make sure there's no plot holes and all of that kind of stuff. But yeah,
Hey, let's celebrate a win for a
okay,
second. Look what I see. NJ, my writers group campfire went great yesterday. It was so fun hearing everyone's stories.
love it.
I love that. And I don't know exactly how NJ did the campfire. We have 45 seconds. So I'm going to slide in an Abby teaching story. So I went in when my kid was in 5th grade and I taught character and
Yeah,
did it in conjunction with the local wildlife sanctuary who came in and they brought owls and hawks and other birds of prey. So we turned them into characters and we wrote campfire stories. And
cool.
then as like the culmination of the project, everybody brought their story in. We turned off the lights. I made a fake campfire out of all of these like flashlights with wood that I put around it. And we read our campfire stories around it campfire. It was
So
super
much
fun.
fun. So
So,
much fun.
all
Okay,
right.
everybody, the first sprint is starting off. We've got 20 minutes. I'm going to mute my mic. I'll see you guys after that. And don't forget to join Abby, Doug, and me at 2
2
o'clock
p.m.
Eastern for what do we call it,
office
Abby?
hours.
Office hours. Thank you for all our premium subscribers. Be sure to join us then. See you in 20 minutes. And that's the end of sprint number 1. I hope you guys had a successful time that time. My Dabble project says I got 1,793 words, but that's not exactly right. I was copying some things out of one project into another and some edits that I had over here and merging them. So it looks a lot better than it actually was. But Emily Blue here for the next one. So glad to have you, Emily. Even if you have to join us in progress, that's no problem. A thing that ended a bit early as my outline seems complete for now. Well, congratulations. You can mark that off of your checklist. 549 words. Congratulations. Aaron, 52 words. Aaron, anything above 0 words, we count as a success. So, congratulations on moving forward. Strong Blade 69, 438. Let's see. B with 555 words. Sarah with 110. Let's see. Matalver got 2 characters arcs written out in that time. So feeling good. Congratulations. That's great. Keo, I did map stuff. So no words. Well, that's important, Keo. And when working on a book that the map is important, when setting is important, then that's all part of the world building and that's all part of moving your story forward. So congratulations there. All right, I'm gonna open up sprint number 2, and you can use the link that was on the previous sprint, but I'm gonna paste the link into the chat here as well. Let's see. What other comments did I miss? NJ 1068. Congratulations. There's the link there. NJ West. I just noticed another NJ on here. Hi, NJ Webster. Oh, you guys are going to do that to me, huh? Just make me have to read last names. That's everyone's welcome. We're super happy to have you all here. So I'm experimenting with a different setup here. As you can see, I'm working in my Dabble project because I have a finished project. I've got a couple of finished projects actually, and so I'm doing some editing, and it's just easier to just keep it in Dabble. And also, I thought it was kind of fun to see how a Dabble user uses Dabble. We all love a great product demonstration and to see a list of features, but when you're watching a person who uses the software actually use it, and it's more than just a list of features, but you see the features in action. I just thought that might be helpful. So anyway, you can see my Dabble project on the screen, and then this timer right above my head here is actually the wordsprints.org website, and I just have it clipped down so it's only showing the timer. So we have the wordsprints.org timer going, and I'm pointing to the wrong side of the screen, and then my Dabble project where I'm actually writing in. So anyway, hopefully you guys are getting your words in whichever place you like to do it, at the WordSprint site, in Dabble, whichever. It's all good. Don't forget to copy your words out of sprint number 1, copy them over into sprint number 2. Those words last for 24 hours in the wordsprints.org site, and then they go away forever. So don't lose your words that you've written. You have plenty of time to get them out of there, but just don't forget. Don't forget. 40 some odd seconds coming up. So hope you guys are ready, got your fingers rested and ready to go again. Strongblade said, apparently in this word sprint, I have started the prologue to book 2 of my science fiction novel series. Congratulations. Was that planned or did it just happen? Because that's kind of just happened to me before, so I get it. I'm also going to kick off the 20-minute timer in my Dabble project as well as when the word sprints timer goes. And, maybe we can sync them together. We'll try. Never done it before, but here we go. 2 seconds. See you in 20 minutes. And that's sprint number 2. As I said at the end, I was gonna start my timer in Dabble, and I clicked it just as the timer on wordsprints.org was getting started, and I did not take into account the 5-second countdown, so that's why we had a 5-second, uh, overlap there. So, you know, you you try new things and you learn. Strongblade69 said, "No, not planned until the timer started. I was a blank slate." And that's in reference to what we were talking about during the last break, and how he started a brand new project that he didn't know was there. And I love that because even though when I start a project, I usually know how it's going to end and I know where I'm writing to. But sometimes I'll get an idea and it's just an idea and I'll write 2 or 3 chapters just to kind of see where it goes, see who the characters are. And I count that differently than think about writing a new book because that's pre-writing and it's just pure discovery and I'm just not sure where it's going to go. But you know? Uh, and sometimes those 2 or 3 chapters never see the light of day, they don't go anywhere, but sometimes I discover a gem there, and then I start thinking about how that story is gonna end, and so, yeah, there we go. Um, let's see, NJ, well, the Strong Blade 445 for a total of 883 so far, congratulations. Emily Blue with 572. Athena 502, congratulations. B 557. Let me scroll back through the comments here and see who I lost. NJ Webster 956. Sarah with 179. Um, B said, "Is it just me or something wonky with sprint number 3?" Well, let's look over at sprint number 3. The sprint has already finished. Let's see. What I'll bet that I um put the wrong time in there. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to create a new one on the fly here, and I'll post the link for you in just 1 second. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. And we are going to have it start at 12:25. So in 2 minutes, okay, here's the new link, copying it into the chat right now. So sorry about that, but thanks for bringing it to my attention. Um, okay, so there's the new sprint link. Hopefully, no, no, B, you didn't miss anything. I probably when I was creating the sprints late yesterday afternoon, I put 12:25, which would be I'm Central Time, 12:25 a.m. instead of p.m. because the first one that we create, because I'm Central Time, it's 11, so that's a.m. But then when we finish, we're on p.m. It happens. I apologize, but there's the new one for you guys. Hopefully, that's not too confusing. But the link on sprint number 2, when you join our next sprint here, that link doesn't work. Use the one that I just copied into the chat, and I will post it one more time right before we start. We've got a 1 minute left. Anybody sprinting toward the finish line this time? Would love to hear how your project is going. Are you making progress? Are you doing great things today? Don't forget, right after this, we'll have a 15-minute break, and then Premium Office Hours kicks off, and that's where Doug, Abby, and I take your questions live. We have a few banked up, just in case no one's feeling chatty. That's not happened to us yet. We really, really appreciate you guys bringing your questions and great discussion topics. And we love to talk about writing and talk about the craft. And sometimes Doug, Abby, and I come at it from completely different places, and that's okay. It's great to have different views on. All right, 20 minutes. We'll see you on the other side. Well, how about that? I was just talking in my mic and it was muted until B pointed it out to me. Thank you, B. Oh, anyway, Athena with 628 words. Um, thank you, B. I hope that was great for all of you. I hope you got all the words. Do not forget, take the words that you've written in the wordsprints.org website, copy them over into your Dabble project, copy them into your word processor of choice, whatever you're using. We hope that you're using Dabble, but we're open for everybody. But be sure to copy those words out so you don't lose them. NJ West made it to 34,000. Congratulations. Strong Blade 69, 483 for a total of 1366. I'll call that a successful day. Let's see. B says your lips were moving, but thought I'd hit the mute. No, it was me. I didn't unmute my mic. It happens. Sarah 237, Tatiana, I got 1,044 words total today. Congratulations. I hope that that you all will continue on your writing journey through the weekend, as we'll have word sprints again on Tuesday, and I'm pretty sure Abby will be your host on Tuesday, and then Chatty Doug will be here on Wednesday, and I'll be back with you next Thursday. I hope you all have a great weekend. When the spirit moves you, get into your Dabble project, write more words, and come back next week for writing sprints. Tell us how you did, and join the group and get those words. Remember, at wordsprints.org, you can start a sprint anytime you want and post a link over in the Storycraft Cafe and tell folks, hey, I'm going to be sprinting in an hour or whatever. Come join me. And you can do this anytime you want, and we hope that you take advantage of that. I'm going to step off for a few minutes because we have premium office hours starting up in 13 minutes. So I'm going to go grab a drink and see you folks back in just a few minutes. Have a great day, great weekend. Thanks for joining us.